Thank you for watching Lira Scoop. We are glad you are here.
Thank you very much. My name is Jolie Ambrose Obua. I am a banker by profession and a computer engineer.
Wow, thank you very much, Ambrose, and thank you for being part of Lira Scoop. Thank you for honoring our invitation. And today we have invited you here. For long, we have seen a couple of things or a couple of mess being, like, let's say, in the economic sector or in the money sector, where most of the bankers or bursars, after someone going through studies professionally, like attaining all the papers, all the knowledge, sometimes many people end up, like I can say in a language that people say, a thief or being corrupt, and at the end of the day, you find that the money is disappearing from the institution, or an institution is losing large sums of money. I don't know, as someone who works in the banking sector and you have experience in this, what do you think causes all this?
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you very much for the question. It is so unfortunate that so many accountants in Uganda, people who are highly qualified, people who are holding diploma in accounting, diploma in business administration, bachelor in accounting, bachelor in business administration, masters and PhD, they are ending up being imprisoned. So many people, every time we log into Facebook, every time we log into TikTok, we see the news trending. Accountant of this district has been in prison over the fraud or loss of this particular amount of million, 200 million. A bus of this school stole this kind of amount of money. But it is so unfortunate. We are not trained by profession. We are not trained to be the fifth accountants. We are trained to be the chief accountants. But what is causing all this? I can say the first cause, it is as a result of cultural background. Because when you go to the public universities like Gulu University, you go to Chiambogo University, you go to Makerere University, you are going to see that students are coming from different tribes. Others are from Eastern, others are from Western, others are from Central. They have grown up with a different background. Some of them, their parents are fifth by nature or by blood.
Yes.
So such kind of people, when you give them the job, they can even use the I paper. Maybe they are not even qualified to own that paper, to get that first class. But because they're using I power, they are paying money. You are going to see that they can bribe even the lecturer, the vice chancellor, and the whatever, the academic registrar of the university, and they get their first class. But when they're employed and they're having that cultural thing, that cultural inheritance in their blood, automatically they are going to steal money. And when you trace the background, you are going to see that one of their parents maybe has been a head teacher. And when you trace how he has been conducting his job for the head teacher, he has been stealing iron sheet for the school, has been stealing the football donated to school, the money donated by NGO to the school. So all those things come as a result of cultural inheritance. That is my first point.
Yes. Maybe when you talk of cultural inheritance, I sometimes I think this is more of how someone understands, like, the family background, and it's upon him or her to judge accordingly what is best for him. Does it mean that all these people who normally run into troubles after losing sums of money, they inherit all this from their parents?
Now, the second point, the tutors and the lecturers who are training accountants at the institutional level and at the level of university, they are doing theoretical lesson, and they are not teaching these students the ethics, the official ethics they are supposed to abide by when they are not employed. They are teaching them how to do ledgers, how to do cash book. They are teaching them how to do receipt, how to do bank statement, how to do what, those things of intermediate accounting, those things of public sector accounting, how to pass exam. But how can you conduct yourself so that you are not counted to be the element of fraud, the element of being corrupt? They are not teaching, they are not guiding. They are teaching, but they are not guiding. But the senior lecturer is supposed to teach and guide. So I'm requesting the lecturers, if you are lecturing in tertiary institution, maybe you are in Uganda College of Commerce, Torora, Duku. In Uganda, we have 5 government UCCs. I'm requesting you that you, as you are lecturing, you be guiding them. When you are an accountant, you are already in the office. You do this. When you are going out, don't leave the door open. Lock your office. Don't allow anyone to come and access the documents of account or the books of account illegally from the cupboard. I'm just trying to set an example on what they are supposed to tell students as they are being guided. Another thing they should even tell the students, if you are an accountant, you must have evidence of payment or the proof of payment. And the notorious example of proof of payment is the receipt. So even if your boss comes and signs the money, you are not supposed to just give the money. Your boss is supposed to sign that I so and so, I have picked this sum of amount of money from this person. You sign the account and signs the proof of payment. Because you never know tomorrow. Tomorrow the boss may change their mind. The manager may change their mind, have not got any money from you. And you go to prison innocently, not knowing that you have done what? Nothing. But because you don't have evidence, they will sue you before the court and you are in prison. So what I can tell those ones who are an accountant, you must have evidence of payment. If you work in the district, you are the CFO, you are the chief finance officer in the district. What are your role? You are the district accountant. The chairperson, local council 5, into bracket LC 5, wants to get money from you. Are you going to deny? I can ask you, are you going to deny? You cannot deny to give, even if your boss wants to get money for leisure. He wants to use the petty cash, the money from the office for leisure. You are not supposed to deny. You cannot tell your boss what are you going to use the money for. But you are supposed to give. If the chairperson on SC5 wants to sign even 100 million, you give. Because when you deny, he's going to chase you from your office. You're going to lose your job. But not just you're giving him to get the money from you. What are the proof? As he signed that he has got this money, if you have evidence, you are safe. So what I'm emphasizing, what I'm saying, if you're an accountant, let your boss, whether the manager, whether the supervisor, anyone coming to sign, get money from you, make sure it is evidence in the books of account. You get the point?
Yes.
And if there is even need to record voice, you can even involve voice recording. If there is even need to record video, you can do all. So that tomorrow when anything happens, the auditor comes, the auditor is asking, where is this particular amount of money? You have something to defend you, you have the evidence. That so and so picks the money. If he refuses, if he says, I've not got the money from the accountant, you pull your evidence, here is your signature. And that person will lack what to say. I think that is the only way we are going to prevent and we are going to safeguard the accountants from going to prison.
Wow. Maybe this could not only happen with the mainstream institutions like hotels, schools, and other things. I've also I've an experience with the bar. Sometimes you balance your book very well, and at the end of the day, each and every person who signs in the money, the record is there. But at the end of the day, you find that at least some amount of money is missing. What causes this?
It is as a result of negligence.
What do you mean?
Negligence, carelessness. Because you are an accountant, you are the cashier in a hotel, or you are working with a bank, and you are the operation supervisor. You are the one in charge of the, because even the banking institution, only one person keeps the key. The money, the room where they keep money in the bank, only one person keeps the key. And the person who keeps the key is not even the branch manager. It is the assistant manager that keeps the key. So as a result of being negligent, you are careless, you are not keeping the key. Another person can sneak in there and what? And manipulate the figures. If you have if in the drawer you were having 10 million, someone can decide to withdraw 400,000 and pocket it, and the person goes. And at the end of the day, they will see you because you are the one they know as the cashier of that particular organization.
Yeah, you made mention that you also in the department of IT, or you are the professional computer engineer as well. Can also bank like navigate into computer engineering and like bring in the aspect of IT in banking?
Now, as I'm talking, IT is a department in the bank on its own. So if you are out there, you are watching us, if you are having bachelor, you are having diploma in information technology, you have done computer science at university, you have done computer engineering, you have done artificial intelligence in engineering, you have done robotics, into bracket, mechatronic engineering, you can apply to work because it is the very own department. They used to have only loan department in the bank. They have the account opening department. They used to have the department for whatever, management and welfare department. But now, computer is a department on its own. Because in the bank, we have network. The automated teller machine, ATM, is controlled by network. Even the computer the teller uses, the network is controlled by IT guy. So it is a department on its own. That is what I can say. But much as it is a department on its own, still there is so much need for the bank to sit down and navigate what technology should they introduce to avoid fraud, to avoid corruption. If there is need to make apps, they should sit down and they start coding. Which apps can they make? If there is need to hire the AI, the artificial intelligence engineer, they can hire and the artificial intelligence engineer comes and do something. If they can even go ahead and employ cyber security specialists, because the major important thing in the banking sector, it is a cyber security. Because password is under cyber security. So anything that controls the access to the computer, it is as a result of cyber security. So when I think you know hacker.
Yes.
Hacker, there's a word, there are some group of people called hacker. An hacker is a person who illegally accesses the computer firewall without the permission from the owner. So if you go to the computer firewall, you are not shown the password, and you access password without the knowledge of the owner legally. It is what we call hacking. So people who do hacking, they must have hacked the password. They can even go ahead to develop an hack. They can develop a program that can crack even the password from the computer, from the iPad, for the bank, and to mention but a few. So they will hack into the computer and they know the record. If it is the deposit, they will know the deposit. I've been reading newspaper yesterday. There's a man, yesterday they arrested some man in South Africa. He just pretended like he's honest card. Kumbe, he was having bachelor in computer engineering. He knew how to make apps. So he worked as honest card, but whenever the teller is working, he could be seeing what the teller is doing. So he hacked the computer. After hacking the computer, he entered the computer firewall. There's something he did in the computer. He coded the computer. When a customer comes and makes the deposit in a bank, the 200 shilling goes to his account. When the customer comes and withdraws the money from the bank, 200 shilling goes to his account.
Wow.
So after 2 years, they realized this man had billions of money on his account. Now they started investigating which job is this man doing. So which means the advice I can give to the bank to avoid fraud, to avoid corruption, they should emphasize on in employing people who have knowledge in cyber security, who can develop password, people who know how to protect system, who know generally system protection policy. Yes.
Yes. Okay. You've also made mention a point of like someone graduating in a master's or having all those good papers after graduation, but after it all it fails to deliver. So how best can bank determine, or what can bank do to ensure that these people work professionally in the line with their papers, or can there be something that bank can do for those who are, let's say, not in cyber security?
They can do, that's what we call refresher training.
No.
Before if you apply at the bank, you are shortlisted to do interview. But before you start working, they take you to the head office and they train you. After you successfully finishing the training, they see the branches they are going to allocate you. They can take you to Mbarara branch, Sorote branch, Gayaza branch. They can take you to Lira branch, like that. But they first start by training. And after they give you a probation period for 6 months. And they see how you are going to perform. But if you have failed to perform in 6 months, they can adjust. But if you have failed to perform completely, they can evaluate your academic document.
Wow.
And they see, are your academic document authentic? Is it not forged? Because you are having first class, but the way you are doing your job is not reflecting the first class you are possessing. So they can start now to have the doubt on you. And eventually they can terminate your contract. And nowadays, even if you are confirmed, you should not even be proud that I'm already a permanent employee. They have confirmed me. They can even terminate your contract, even if you are already confirmed. So what I can just say, the bank, not only even the bank, any sector, even the hospital, even the hotels, even the police, even the army barracks, they should have strong computer system, cyber security, and they should even make sure the people they are employing are educated. They should not employ people who have used their bodies to get marks. Because I remember there are ladies who use their body to get marks. They call it sexually transmitted marks. You get?
Yes.
So you find that a girl is having hips, the girl is having nyash, so the lecturer can just take that advantage and give the girl 10 out of 10. But in the actual sense, the girl is having 2 out of 10. So that is what I can say. They should employ the right people at the right time. They should not just employ based on the relationship. Even if you are the branch manager, if they need the loan officers, you make sure that you employ the right people. Even if you have a son, you have a blood brother is applying, but you know he or she does not deserve, you don't employ. But other people, they employ people based on the relationship. They assume it's my son, I cannot drop my son. But you make sure the person you are employing is fully qualified for the job, and even having the positive attitude. Because I can be very qualified for the job, but if I'm having negative attitude in the job, I'm expected to come to office at 7 a.m., but I'm coming at 10 a.m. Automatically, even if I'm doing very good work, but now on me coming late, it means I'm having negative attitude towards what? Towards what?
Yeah, basically when you made mention like employing your son or daughter, something like that, some people find it very hard for them to trust other people with the issue of money. Let's say someone who is not a family member, or who he or she is not used to or close to. What would be your advice to them?
I can say, more especially I can say people of Lango. But I know our video is going viral, but I can say people of Lango. According to me, my own understanding, if you employ your own people, your brother, you employ your sister, you employ your uncle,
Your wife?
your wife or the brother to your wife
Mm.
to work. It is good. But those people, they are very good at stealing
Mm.
because they don't fear anything. They know the manager is my father. You get the point?
Yes.
And they even know the assistant manager is my mother. They know the supervisor is my brother. So they can even do what we call intentional fraud. They manipulate figures and they steal money when they are knowing I'm stealing. Something which is 20,000, they add 10 and they make it 200,000 because they know the managers, the management team are my relative. They will not imprison me. They will not do anything. But if you have employed someone who is not your relative, that person will have some panic. The person will know if I'm to risk and I steal money, I may end up in losing. You get the point? But your own people, they just know this is our money. Huh?
Wow.
Yeah. And they will just steal. They will not even have any fear.
Yes, thank you very much, Ambrose. As a banker, how do you understand money? As we conclude.
Money is a standard tool and a standard measure for payment. It is a standard tool and a standard measure for payment.
Yeah. But sometimes people say money is evil. Why do they say so as a banker?
Yeah, they say money is evil. But the truth, that is an assumption. You know, people, you talk according to how you are. If you are poor, you defend your poverty.
Yes.
Yeah?
Yeah.
But if you are rich, you defend your riches.
Yeah.
So they normally say money is evil. Those are the people who are broke who talk like that. But people who are even rich, they say poverty is evil. But for me, what I know, poverty is evil. Because when you are poor, you can be tempted to steal. You can even be tempted to rob people on the way. But if you have your money, you will find your life changing.
Wow.
If you have money, you will greet everyone who passes around. You will be happy every time. Eh? Someone may come and annoy you, but because you have money, you will not be short-tempered. But a person who is surviving in the village, like now, we are approaching the mango season. A person not having food in the house and only eating mango to survive for the whole day. If you are not that kind of person, you will quarrel for 1 week. You get the point. So the only thing I'm saying, money is not evil. But if you have got money, you should not be too excited. Because the moment you are too excited, that is where the evilism will come. You will start to do evil, pleading that it is the money that led you to do the evil. But it is your leg, it is your eye, and it is your hand that led you to do the what? To do the evil.
Yeah.
So you should not be too excited. Other people, when they have got money, they don't talk to friends, they
Wow.
don't greet people.
I was coming to that. Yes.
If they're having one woman, they change from monogamy to polygamy because they want to show people that they have money. So no one should lie anyone that money is evil. But the excitement that comes after you getting money, you were footing, but now you are driving. The ladies who used to tell you that when you date them, they used to tell you no, they have started coming back to you. So you find that they are 10 in number. So that kind of excitement and pride is the one that makes you to get involved in evilism. But it is not money itself.
Wow, thank you very much, Ambrose, for your time. Could you help us give us your last words as we conclude today's session? Because we understand we are still going to engage with other topics.
I just want to conclude. We need to work. People out there, we need to work. And nowadays, the world is changing. The only thing I'm saying, the world is now changing. The world started changing from manual from manual or from PO Box to .com. But again, the world has changed from .com to AI. Now the world has changed from digital to AI. Because those days when you are typing your thing, you are coding your apps, you are in digital. But nowadays you cannot even code. You cannot waste time to use C++, to use Java. You can just go to AI and you what? You get your codes. It can even generate a code in 1 minute or 1 second. So the only advice I'm giving to young people at my age, because if you see me, I may be less than even 25 years.
You may.
But what I'm telling people at my age, if you want to be like me, you don't need to be lazy.
Wow.
I like Kiswahili so much. It says, wacha uvivu. Wacha uvivu wewe.
What does it mean?
You don't need to be lazy. You need to work. Every time asubuhi twende kazi leo, you need to go and what? You need to work. So, the only thing, you should not rely on your fake common sense. Because the problem with the young people of today, they are not being told the reality. They are being deceived. Someone tells you, if you are fit, you go to gym every day, and your chest is big, you can get employed very fast. But I'm telling you, the more energy you have and the more fitness you have, that is the less money you have.
Are you not defending yourself?
I'm not defending myself because I've seen several people who have energy, people who are bouncers, people who are scaries. How much do they pay them? But people who are cashiers and people who are technical staff, how much do they pay them? The variation is too much. The variation is large. So, what I'm saying in summary, the world is going away from energy, it is coming to brain and thinking. So the only thing we should do as young people of today, we should start thinking. We should start thinking, what can I do that can bring money? You just start to thinking. And you need to know the kind of area you are. You start thinking. If you have seen there are no, the area you are staying, there is no one selling ice cream, you can start thinking, maybe I start what? Ice cream. You have seen, maybe you are having some 1 million on your account. Because if you put money in the account, will it increase? You need to invest money. But the problem with young people, they want to behave like people who are benefiting pension. Because people who are earning pension, they are saving money. They are all. They don't have anything else they are doing. They are built, they are educated, they have achieved what? Their goals and objectives. But for us young people, let's not over-rely on saving money. Let's rely on investing money. You get your money, you invest, you start thinking, what can I do? You can go to the market and you see those women who sell cabbages, women selling watermelon, they are struggling with small capital. You can even decide to start lending money to them. That is what I'm meaning by thinking. You can decide, maybe I start lending them 50,000, you return with the interest of 5,000. You start from there. Within 1 year, you find that you have 100 million on your account. So the only thing we young people should do, we should start thinking. We should not rely on energy. You may have the big chest, but inside the wallet, it is very small.
Wow, and I know understanding money is tricky. And lastly from me, and you're going to help me in 1 minute, we have seen people become friends, and for so long, let's say you have been friends with someone for like 5 years, and all of a sudden you have been doing business together. But when you started, like a moment you start realizing some profit or some money coming in, we can see people deviating or having wrangles between themselves. What do you think of this as you conclude?
It is still taking us back to what I said. It is still an excitement.
Wow.
So, if you are out there, you want to succeed in business, you should not change your life because you are earning money. Because we have people who used to eat beans. They could eat beans every day. They could go to, when they go to hotels, they take 1 bottle of soda. Maybe they eat food of 15,000 and they come back. But you find that this person, as you have just said, when he or she start to get money, he has started a business and the business has started booming. So that person will start to imitate what he or she doesn't understand. You are imitating the life of people who are earning 1 million in their business. People who are making profit of million in a day. But for you are making profit of 10,000 in a day. So why should you go and imitate the lifestyle of the person making millions in a day?
Wow.
So you should not imitate the lifestyle of anybody. If you are to do business and you succeed, you need to be yourself. Because other people, even if they waste 1 million, they don't complain. But other people, if they waste 2,000, that is the end of their life. Yes, I'm very open. If you are looking for me, you can come to Opportunity Bank Lira branch. You get me there. You can go to Facebook and you search for the name Jolie Ambrose Obua. You get me and we chat.
Wow.
When you text me even at midnight, I'm going to reply. Because as I look, there's no one, I'm not yet booked. So you can text me and we chat.
You're still searching even.
Somehow, but
All right, thank you very much, viewers who are said there. And it's me, Benwell Pio, behind the lens, and we have been having a chat with Ambrose. And you also heard what he has been telling us about money. You know, many people say money is the root cause of all evil sometimes, and he is deviating from that. From here, you can also pick something which you can rely on. You can also learn something from here. He has spoken a lot, but I think you can pick something and learn from it as well. Thank you very much.
Thank you for watching Lyra Scoop. We are glad you are here.